welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today, which is all about cozy mysteries and romance books. And today I'm here with another stop on our U.S. Cozy Mystery Road Trip Challenge. Hop in, grab the snacks, grab some sunblock, your hat, your sunglasses. You could still join us. We are on California. Now, there are a lot of California cozies. There's actually more than I thought that there was. So obviously I can't include them all, but I tried to give like new and old and some I hadn't heard of and some that I love and give you a balance. Please put whatever you know of in the comments. I just didn't want to make this video like I had to stop somewhere. Hop in, buckle up, and let's go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Please don't remember. Please don't remember. Please remember to hit the like, notification, and subscription. The like helps us out in the algorithm. The notification bell means that you won't miss any videos that we put out. And the subscription keeps my channel growing. Can't thank you enough. I'm having the time of my life. If you haven't noticed, I'm having a blast. So I can't say how grateful I am for all the support. Thank you so much. Okay. Support is absolutely free. Costs nothing to hit any of those buttons, but it helps us out tremendously. It means a great deal too. Okay. California Cozies. The first one, the Jaine Austen Mysteries by Laura Levine. Is anybody surprised? I don't think anybody will be surprised by the first like 5 because they are some of my favorite series ever. And I was like, well, California. Okay. So this series features Jaine Austen, not the writer. She is a writer for hire in Los Angeles. And Jaine is one of those people that she never catches a break. This is a laugh out loud series. She has a cat named Prozac that is a pain in the tush. Needless. There's no other way to put it. I love him. He doesn't speak, but you do get like his thoughts through like what she thinks that he would say. It's hysterical. And then I will say that the humor in this, I say it every time so that nobody's surprised. The humor in this series is not going to be for everybody. It's very self-deprecating. She has the best part of this series to me by far is her parents' emails. So her parents retired and they moved to Tampa because her mom needed to be closer to QVC so she could get her package faster. I mean, I would move to Seattle to get my packages faster from Amazon. No, they're quick. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. That's a lie. I wouldn't do that. But just saying, like, it makes sense. Okay. So they live in Tampa and they both write her emails and you will get an email. They're whatever's happening, it's the exact opposite from each person. So you'll get an email from dad and he always calls her Lamb Chop. So it'll be like, hey, Lamb Chop. Oh my gosh. The one I remember so well that cracked me up so much. So I'm going to use this example again is he's like, I got a toupee and your mom can't keep her hands off me. She thinks I look better than when we first met. She's just thrilled. And then here comes mom's email. You will never believe what your father's done. He's got the worst toupee in the history of toupees. How am I going to get rid of this? I need to find a way to put it down the garbage disposal when he's not around. It's just the exact opposite. And her dad is always up to something. Like, I love him. I love that he is, 1, not my dad, and 2, that he's fictional. Because he is a hot mess but he's hysterical. They live in like a retirement community and he doesn't like one of the ladies that sounds like she's like an HOA member or something like that. I can't remember. It states in the book, but I can't remember. Her last name is Pincus something and he can't stand her and he's always trying to take her down, but it never works. It's just the series is hysterical. I can't say more about it. Number 20 is getting ready to come out. I think it comes out on the 25th, and I will probably be reading it around the 25th because I can't wait. Next up, no surprise, another absolute favorite series of mine, the Cheese Shop series by Karina Moss. I think that this is the series that from now on, between this and just a couple others, if somebody says, I'm new to cozies, I don't know where to start, I can point them to the Cheese Shop because I feel like it's very quintessential cozy and I love it so much. Okay, so this is of course set in Yarrow Glen, which is a small town in California in like the Sonoma Valley area. And our girl Willa, oh my gosh, she's a cheesemonger and she owns Curzon Way, which is a French-inspired cheese shop. And they have Team Cheese, which is her and her best friend Baz, who I love so much, and her two employees, which are Mrs. Schultz. I can never remember the retired teacher's name. Mrs. Schultz and Archie, who is one of my favorite characters. We can't forget Loretta, which is Willa's betta fish. I absolutely love that she has a fish as a pet. This series is so fantastic. There are currently 4 out and the 5th book is coming out this year. I am currently reading the 5th book right now. Fun Do or Die. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hands down, these two are what I would pick for a California cozy if I hadn't read them. But that's just because they're my favorites. Oh gosh. Next up is the Lover Money series. This is by Diana Orgain. The first book is called A First Date with Death. I did not put up the titles of the first books in either series of what we just talked about. I'm so sorry. So for the Jaine Austen series, the first book is called This Pen for Hire. And the Cheese Shop, the first book is called Cheddar Off Dead. Sorry about that. Okay, so A First Date with Death. This series is set in California and it features Georgia, and she gets talked into doing this reality show by her best friend who's a producer, and it is like a bachelorette type of show. And then in this series ended up being a trilogy, and book 2 is like an Amazing Race spinoff, and book 3 is like a murder mystery. They're trying to like stay in this castle and figure out this murder mystery that's like from the past. I read number 1, loved it, and I need to put this on my SAS list so I can read 2 and 3 because I just think it's such a fun premise. Next up is the Secret Staircase series by Gigi Pandian. Gigi Pandian is one of the nicest and most funny people. Hysterical. Like, she's going to be the Toastmaster at Malice next year. I'm so excited for her. She is so funny. The first book in her Secret Staircase is Under Lock and Skeleton Key right here. I read this first book. I need to read the second, or did I read number 2 as well? I don't think I've got to it yet. This is, of course, set in California because that's our road trip stop. After a disastrous accident derails Tempest Raj's career and life, she heads back to her childhood home in California to find comfort with her grandfather's Indian home-cooked meals. Indian is my favorite cuisine. It says, though she resists, every day brings her closer to the inevitable, working for her father's company, a secret staircase construction specializing in the magic of childhood, to all by transforming clients' homes with sliding bookcases, backyard tree houses, and hidden reading nooks. I so want this company to come do a secret book room in my house. Oh my God. It's on my bucket list now. There are, I think, 3 books out in this series. And again, I read book 1. Holy moly. Isn't that just a fun premise? A company that does like secret staircases and secret libraries and hidden reading nooks. It really is like a magical childhood dream, or it is for a reader. Or maybe it just is for me. I can only speak for myself, but definitely I would love that. Next up is, I actually read the first book in this series and I really liked it. And then I forgot all about this series until I was looking at California books. I was like, oh, it is the Pampered Pets series. This is by Sparkle Abbey. So first book is called Desperate House Dogs. The main character in this is named Mel. She is the owner of Bow Wow Boutique. And this features Carl Lamont, who is a pet therapist. And this takes place in Laguna Beach. There are currently 10 books out in this series. Oh my gosh, I might have to put this on my SAS list. My SAS list is going to be hard to make next year. Next up is the Witchcraft series by Juliet Blackwell. The first book is called Secondhand Spirits, right here. This is, of course, set in California, but it's set in San Francisco. It says our main character is Lily, who owns a vintage clothing store. I'm not really a huge, like, fashion person. I mean, as you've seen, I only wear t-shirts. I mean, I do have dress clothes, but I wear them only to work and if we're going out. Otherwise, t-shirt and jeans. It's who I am. Okay, but I do love vintage clothing. I mean, not necessarily to wear, although I love dressing up. Give me a costume. I would dress up every day of the year if it wasn't like, you know, frowned upon. But I do love vintage clothing. I think it's beautiful. I just love it so much. I need to try this series. There are 11 books out in it. If you've tried it, please tell me how paranormal it is, because it's obviously a witch cozy. I need to know. Next up is the Tourist Trap series by Lynn Cahoon. Number one in this series is called Guidebook to Murder. This features Jill. She is the owner of Coffee Books and More. This takes place in South Cove, California. I think I'm on book like 8 or 9, so I need to get caught up in this series because I think that there's now 16 books in it. 16! Next up is a very popular series, the Bibliophile series. I have not read this. I know people who really, really enjoy it. So book one is called Homicide in hardcover. This is also a very long-standing series. There are 17 books out in this series. This features, the main character's name is Brooklyn Wainwright, and she is a rare book expert in San Francisco. I literally enjoy book cozies, so I need to get to that. It's been on my TBR for, well, probably since it came out. Her other series, Kate Carlisle's other series, the Fixer Upper series, is set in California as well. It's set in Northern California in a seaside town. First book is called A High-End Finish, right here. There are 11 books out in the Fixer Upper series. And it says our main character is Shannon Hammer. With the last name Hammer, you have to do home renovation. It says home renovation and repair contractor, again, in a seaside town in Northern California. There's so many series. I don't know how we get to all of them, y'all. I don't know. Next up is a series that just recently somebody from the Killing Time with Cozy group read and loved. So it pushed itself up a little bit on my TBR, and it is set in California. So it's pushing itself up even a little bit more. It is the Enchanted Garden series by Bailey Cottrell. The first book is called Daisies for Innocence, right here. And I think Anita read this recently and loved it from Killing Time with Cozies. And I also feel like Sonia from Sonia with an I read this series recently and really enjoyed it. I could be thinking of something completely different. I know this series got read recently by someone who absolutely said it was 5 stars, loved it. I'm just trying to think if I'm remembering the right people. Okay, so this series set in Poppyville, California. Our main character is Ellie, who is Ileana. It says that she is a custom perfume maker. She owns a perfume shop. There are currently 3 books out in that series. Next up is the Desert Flowers series by Lee Hollis. I love this series. First book is called Poppy Harmon Investigates. So this features Poppy Harmon, and she is a widow, and she forms this detective agency with 2 of her friends. They're all seniors, and they all have flower names, hence the Desert Flowers Detective Agency. So Her name is Poppy, obviously, and I think one of the other one's name is Iris, and I can't think of the third one. It might be like Violet or something like that. And it is set in Palm Springs, California. I really, really enjoy it. There are 5 books out in it. Poppy also used to be like a actress in the in her younger days, and she was like well known, and it's a really fun series. Next up is a series I highly recommend. I'm working my way through it right now. It's on my SAS list. I've been reading it. It is the Bread Shop series by Winnie Archer. This one is fabulous. It is set in California. Our main character is Ivy, and Ivy is a photographer, and she had a lot going on when the series first starts, and she just needs to find some self-care, and she takes this bread making class. And she loves it. She absolutely loves it. And she ends up becoming very good friends with the owner of this Mexican bakery. She's working there part-time. And this series gets better and better and better. I absolutely love it. I love the culture in it. I love the characters in it. I'm happy that she's got a love interest that's starting to come together. I really, really, really enjoy this series. That is the last book I have for our California road trip. Like I said, I know that there are tons more. I have to stop somewhere. So please remember to add your favorite California cozy to the list below. Let me know if you're participating with us. Leave me your favorite thing that makes you think of a road trip, or your favorite road trip snack, or your favorite travel destination that you want us to go to. Really leave me anything you want. Give me a big thumbs up for this video, and until next time, may all you future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.